Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to PyroFalkon's Let's Play Extravaganza, where we are playing Cinders, an interactive fiction game by Moa Cube. You can download it through the developer's website, or I should say you can buy it through the developer's website, which you can find in the video description. In the last episode, Cinders confronted Russell Brand here as we were discussing why he had visited Carmosa privately. Now, we know this as the player. We saw that he had overheard Peralt and the prince talking about a masquerade ball where everyone can show up and the prince can find who to marry. But Cinders doesn't know this, so she's confronting him with pain of blackmail. Fun. And we are getting to the meat of the conversation now as Cinders asks, "What happened then?" "I hid. What else? This head still upon this neck because it knows when it's time to jump into the bushes." "You know what I mean. Who were those people that you were listening to in the woods?" "Ah, excellent question, Bertie. Me gut tells me that you'll love this. 'Twas the noble Captain Peralt, and he was talking to the prince." The prince was talking with Peralt in the woods. It seems a bit strange, doesn't it? What were they talking about? "Oh, some posh problems of rich folk. Too much free time's bad for the head. Our future His Royal Highness kept on whining about wenches of all things. How they're all empty-headed or boring to talk to." The prince was discussing women? That he was! Very unkingly of him, if you ask me, and foolish, too. Who cares if the bird's dumb or dull? That's not what I want from me, wenches. I'm a boob man myself. Yes, wonderful. Now go back to the subject, please. What did they speak of? Sorry, I just started telling myself a joke and threw it out before I voiced it. The captain said something about rules, but I didn't hear that part with my head still spinning and the water shimmering so loud. What? Don't know what they meant, but the prince was mighty happy and said something about the ball. The grand ball. He's got some idea that the royalty and that royally empty head of his. I heard it's because of them crowns. Very bad for the head. Anyway, there was a new idea that he liked. The grand ball? It doesn't sound familiar. That's the excuse they made up so that the kings and princes can pick their wenches like vegetables in the market. Only regular folk don't crown the cucumbers that they bought as queens, at least not often. So it's a tradition. Yeah, that. They always use that fancy name if something doesn't make sense anymore. Nice. So what was the prince's new idea? 'Twas about masks, making all the lassies wear them. You mean a masked ball, a masquerade? I didn't know the rich birds are so horrid. I don't think it's because of that. Did he say why the masks are so important to him? It had something to do with the elders. The families? Lots of lords and ladies waiting to trade their daughters and only one prince. Too much competition's bad for business and tempers. So he's trying to dodge accusations of being biased. Clever. I knew that. Don't know what's wrong with seeing a nice face, though. Because you care more about cleavage? And what if the bird's got a pimple right between her eyes? Won't notice nothing with the masks and such, unless he wants to ogle their curves. Okay, I did not add that line. You're a pervert, Russell Brand. You should be ashamed of yourself. Ooh, bit on the nasty side, nobles. Me auntie told stories. Gossip really about the shenanigans going on between them nobles in the palace. Stuff that'd make a confessor blush. Alright, I get the picture. A masked ball, you say? It makes a lot of sense, actually. The prince can pretend he's choosing his bride by judging her more subtle qualities. And there's no way any of the houses accusing him of favoring one over the other. Who knows? Maybe he isn't really pretending. Perhaps having a choice is what he really wants. Devilishly clever, love. Glad you got the smarts to see through all that. Saved me time having to explain all that to you. Ball for the noble birds and they all have a chance, no matter how pimply or horrid. Made me think of Carmosa and her pretty lasses. No, not you, the other wenches. I mean, sisters, your lovely sisters. Figure the old lady would pay kingly coin for a rumor like that. That's all there is to it. You satisfied, love? My dear friend, this isn't even half the story I wanted to hear. You'd better get to the more juicy stuff right away. It's all there is to it! I swear on my auntie's pimples! Okay, so... opposite of what I would choose. Well, I certainly would not appeal to his morals because he doesn't have any. Let's see. Given that face of... yes, you. Stop looking at me, Cinders. Please don't murder me in my dreams. Given that smirk of hers, she would probably threaten him. Or a focus on connection with Carmosa sounds logical. He doesn't have any morals, so I wouldn't appeal to them, so we will pick that. This may seem like a whim to you, but it's not. I'm not the lassie you take me for, and I wouldn't be asking you all these questions if it wasn't necessary. Honestly, do I look like a spoiled brat to you? Do you think I don't know hardship? That I get what I want with no trouble? For Carmosa and my sisters, I'm no better than a servant. Every single day I'm reminded how little I'm worth and how disposable my life is. This is my only chance to prove them wrong. I must know. Lassie, life ain't peachy for either of us, in love. And all we have is our smarts. But the old hag's a real demon. She'd claw me eyeballs out if she knew I told one little bird everything. You have nothing to fear from me. Carmosa will never know. Why would I want to tell her anything? I need to know how to break free from her clutches, and her secrets are her biggest weaknesses. I need your help. Fine. There is one... Okay. Oh. What? Fine. There is one thing. A wee detail. Really nothing. Really nothing. I knew this rumor would be worth a lot for the lady, you know? I know her, and I know what she's like. So you did work for her before. What did you do? I might have given her a hand earlier. With the ball, love. So she could get in. How? The goose and her ducklings weren't exactly invited. The lady asked me to help them. Help them how? Oh, let's just say it required a bit of quality craftsmanship. You mean you forged invitations for them? Me? Sure I didn't. Me talents knowing folks with talents of their own. Got them invitations from a friend. Reckon the old lady's a bit dimmed if she thought nobody had noticed she got in with fake papers. But hey, who is me humble person to doubt a noble lady and her ways of spending money? And that's how you learned how important the ball was for her. So when you heard about the masquerade, you told her about that as well. As you said, she could get into the ball with fake papers, but she would still be risk getting recognized. Not so much if it's a masked ball, and that's why this information was worth so much to her. See? It's only a wee job, a nil. Only natural this bloke forgot about it, eh? So this means she could actually be in deep trouble. Incredible. Carmosa ordered a forgery. This could be my chance. Oi, lassie! You even listening? Can I go now? A man can handle only so much stressful events in one day, you realize. This could be my leverage. What? Oh, yes, you can go do what you wish. You've already helped me a lot. Oh, Carmosa, your secrets really are your greatest weakness. It was. I have no consistency with the voices. How have you not realized this after all this time? Pretty much I'm voicing that dude just with whatever annoying screech is in my brain. Okay. I'm gonna spoil this for the fans, but fuck it. Lena suggested I do this a second time when I go through and pick different choices. You should join me for that one, so we actually have some consistent accents going in this place. You can hold a consistent... Oh yeah, we should talk to Kalo Shade about you holding a consistent accent. Welcome to PyroFalkon's Let's Play Extravaganza, also known as Amateur Hour. Which is actually kind of literally true. Anyway, back to the story. Can you imagine? And Carmosa withheld that minor detail from all of us. Who would have thought our friend was such an able business person? He sure gets around. Oh yes, let us concentrate on the aptitude of the unimportant guy. Ah, Cinders, you're becoming so bitchy. I love it. The big problem and potential scandal is not going anywhere anyhow. I'm sorry, Cinders. It's just a big surprise for me, as well as information of some consequence. He is just a vagabond, you see, and everyone recognizes him as one. And I have hired him numerous times, always for some minor and menial tasks, and yet here he is, a sparkling potential criminal mastermind. Who would have... Tobias, concentrate. What is the subject of this conversation? Oh, this is hard. Not him then. Very good. See, you can do it if you try hard enough. So bitchy. Alright, back to your main point. What do you want to do with this newly acquired information? I have no idea yet. Do you think this could get Carmosa into prison? Is this what you want? I'm not sure yet. I'm just weighing my options. Well, in that case, it definitely could be used against her, but would it suffice? I'm not so sure. Do you think I should try to get her arrested? You should be the one that makes this decision, just as it will be you to experience its consequences. Would you succeed? What would happen to the house if you did? Those are just some of the factors you should take into consideration. Take your time to think it over. That actually sounds very wise, and not entirely unhelpful. Thank you. I guess I'll go for a walk around the city and think about it. Sounds like a pleasant idea. Would you like some company? No, go away. Thank you, but I think I will stick to your advice. Of course. I suppose you deserve some time to yourself to think and discover what you really want. I'm sorry, I did not want to intrude. By no means. Thank you for your offer. I just want to take a solitary walk, that is all. Well, if you do need any support or just feel like chatting, you know where to find me. Thank you, Tobias. See you soon. It's astonishing what a simple walk can do for one's spirits. If I'm going to miss the freedom to do something, then above all else it's going to be the freedom to wander about whenever I please. When I walk with no specific goal, no destination, I can just switch off and observe my thoughts jumping into their own little drawers. With each step, I can feel my muscles relaxing. And strolling through the market has had its moments too. I saw the most gorgeous shoes. Not that I can never afford them. They were crazily expensive. I get that they were imported from the eastern lands, but at that price they should be made of diamonds and dragon skin. Who buys something like that? I mean, I know I would if I could, but that's beside the point, right? Forget about it. No reason to dwell on such things. I still haven't decided what to do with my newly gained knowledge. Everything about this business screams that I should use it as leverage, but I don't know how. Not yet. At least it gives me some space, some secure distance from Carmosa, knowing that I know about one of her precious secrets. It's getting late. I should be heading back home. Time to say goodbye to freedom. Hello there, Cinders. Oh, I didn't see you coming. Hello, Captain. So how are you doing? You look a bit upset. Do I? Oh no, quite the contrary. I've just got back from a very nice walk. Cleared my mind of trouble. And what are you doing here, Captain? I was just about to begin my evening patrol. Although with this kind of weather, you could compare it to going for a walk. My instinct is to accompany him. So I'm going to go back home. It sounds lovely, but even listening about you planning to go for a walk makes my legs ache. Don't be a bitch, Cinders. I really should be going back home. I hope your patrol will be pleasant and uneventful. Good night, Captain. Thank you. Have a safe way back home. Good night, Cinders. And we will go back home, in fact, in the next episode of the Let's Play. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow for another one.